Hello and welcome to CraftyDoctor on YouTube. So this is a bit of a new one for my channel. I usually release, I do some gameplay stuff and I do quite a lot of repairs and stuff like that on my channel. But what obviously nobody knows is I do have a large retro game collection that I've been wanting to make a start on and release some videos out on my channel. And I wanted to start that off with this Mini Munchman, this LCD arcade game. I think it called it as a pocket arcade game that Grandstand labelled it as back in the day. And this is one of my personal ones that I've had since 1981. This was released, so I've had it since 1981, and I've just got my hand over the tab there because it does have my name and address on from back in the day. So I just covered it up with my right hand, and I just wanted to put it out there. No, it's not going to get a lot of love, this video, because it's an old LCD pocket arcade game, a bit like the Ntendo used to release their games, the LCD ones. And you can see here, this is the original flyer with the adverts on it that came with the actual arcade game. And obviously if I open it up, you'll see some of the other things that they released as well, or planned to release at the time. I think they followed this mini one up with a more of a desktop version, but they're all based on the same thing with like LCDs and stuff like that in the background. This was actually a rebadged version of Epoch Man from Epoch, and I think in Australia they called it the Mini Arcade. Either way, this is the UK version, and you can see there the ones on the right, they're the sort of the Nintendo ones, but this is the UK version, and it was called Mini Munchman from 1981. It takes two LR44 batteries, so none of your plug in and charge at this time, and it's even still got, look, it's the first time I've had it open in a good while. It's actually still got the instructions in here telling you how to change the time and stuff like that, because although it's got the game on it, it's also got a stopwatch, and I can hear all the oohs in the background there. But it's even got a stopwatch on it, a date, the date, time, and a stopwatch. As you can see there, it shows it on the back of the actual screen. You can got an alarm, you've got a stopwatch, and you've got the date. Fantastic. Anyway, that's the actual rundown of what this Mini Munchman can do, but the main thing of it was obviously playing a game, and it's basically Pacman, but it's on an LCD screen, so none of your frames per second on this, because it jumps from section to section once you get it fired up. So I'm just going to put the battery in. I'm going to hope it starts up, because this is the first time it has been connected or fired up in a long time. So let's have a look and see. It's a bit hard to tell with the light that we can see here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we can actually see it there. So what I might do here, I might just transfer it and get a better light on the situation, because it's hard to see just with the reflections on the screen. So I'll just get another light in, and we'll see if we can see the screen a bit better, and we'll get some gameplay of the Mini Munchman going. So yeah, like I said earlier, this game was based on Namco's Pacman, and controversial at the time, this was made in the same colour, in the yellow colour, that where the Epoch Man that I talked about earlier was released in white. So this was obviously very much a big shout out to Namco's Pacman, obviously, but this was made by a different company called Grandstand. And obviously the game, like I said, takes two LR44 batteries, and it's a low consumption LCD based screen, so you've got this small form factor. And you see you've got this little button, this mode button here, and you can flick across from your different things there, from your stopwatch. You can start and stop that, and you can also reset it at the bottom. You've got an alarm on the right there, and you've got these, obviously the date and time on here as well, which I'm not going to set for this particular video. And to start the game, you just push the button twice, and it puts you into game mode, and then all of a sudden you're at this. So I'm going to be quiet a second when the sound comes on. So it's not exactly rocking your Sonos world with the speaker on this Grandstand Mini Munchman. You can hear the sound in the background there. But back in the day, again, I completed this and I loved it to bits. It was the bee's knees at the time, and it was something that I gave plenty of use to complete it. Compared to nowadays, it's obviously, it looks terrible with the LCD screen. Like I say, jumping from section to section. So I think frames per second must be down about, I don't know, 2 frames every second or something like that, if that. But yeah, you obviously control the Pacman style or Mini Munchman around the screen by using the arrow keys, and you can go under the confusing thing with this was under the bridges. There was actually fruits that were saved under the under each bridge here, and you can't actually see them, so you have to go underneath them to collect the make sure you cover going underneath them to eat the fruit, as it would be, to finish that level that you're on. So yeah, that was a bit tricky. The gates opened. You have 4 gates either side, a bit like the you have the gates or the teleport thing on Pacman. On this one, you have the gates in each corner, and you can go through them. Then open and close, and let you go through to the opposite side of the screen if you go in and out of the bottom. You've obviously got the 2 ghosts going round in this earlier levels, and they catch you like they would do in Pacman. And also you get where you can eat them, so you get your special powers. Obviously none of it's in colour, so it's all just done in black and white on an LCD screen, so you can play the game. But yeah, I've got to be quiet again while you can listen to the screen. So yeah, bringing back lots of memories as I'm playing this. It is hard to play as I'm trying to hold it to the camera, but it is hard to play with obviously big fingers on this small pad compared to what it was at the time. Obviously my hands must have fit a lot better, but you can see the score right at the top as I'm eating all the fruits as I'm going round. The score starts adds up at the top, and I do remember actually completing this game back in 1981 and being obviously it was my first, I think, thing that I ever completed on games and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a very good thing. Obviously nowadays, like I said earlier, it's nothing compared to nowadays machines, but a great thing all the same. And like I said earlier, this was released in 1981, so it was a direct competition really in Nintendo's release of their Game & Watch series, which was started in 1980, I think, with Super Mario Brothers. So it was obviously a direct competition in relation to what Nintendo were doing, and Grandstand at the time did release quite a few different handheld games. So that's it. That's my look at the Mini Munchman from my personal collection. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give us a thumbs up. Please also hit the bell icon to be alerted to any new videos I make, and hit me with any comments below. They really are appreciated. And thanks again for watching CraftyDoctor on YouTube.